Hey guys, it's Tony Guitarra here from Achievers Group with another passionate, practical, extremely inspirational and hopefully educational business video vitamin. Hey guys, I really wanted to talk to you today about a growth strategy. I wanted to actually really deep down in really having some insight into how to grow any business. Now this is a really powerful formula if you could apply it in your business, because it doesn't matter what business you're in, this has so much impact, because this is essentially how you grow your business from a sales, marketing and cost reduction way. Okay, so let's just go through the formula, which is on the slides behind me somewhere. Now it basically says that you've got your existing customers. Now your existing customers are your gold mine. Your existing customers times your retention rate equals your retained customers. So the first thing that really obvious to me is that if you want to grow a brilliant business and you don't have a lot of money, one of the most important strategies is to retain your existing customers as greatly as possible. In fact, I share a classic example of a client that we had. They had 1,000 customers on their database. Now, they weren't all active. In fact, only about 20% of them were active. Some were lost, some were inactive. So about 80% of that 1,000 weren't doing business with this company. Now what they did is they put together a number of letters and phone calls and they reactivated their lost and inactive clients. That act alone, that single strategy, which didn't cost them a whole lot of money, they were able to increase their sales by a whopping 30%, because they did nothing else but work on the 80% who weren't customers anymore and tried to reactivate them. Now, the next way that you build a business, of course, is you actually take the number of leads or lead generations or the number of inquiries and you times it by the conversion rate. Now, the strategy here is that you need to generate stack loads of leads. Now, you can do that in a traditional marketing sense, or you can do that from an internet marketing sense where you could use search engine optimization, you could use search engine marketing. But the most important thing there is not only to generate a lot of leads, because leads doesn't lead to a sale. You've got to know how to convert a lead to a sale. Now, there are some websites that do this for you. Things like Amazon, for example, convert from the website. But many of you are in a business where the conversion takes place either on the phone or face-to-face. That is a sales process. That is salespeople. And I think the most important thing to do is to realize it's great generating a lot of leads, but we've also got to improve our conversion rates. Now that actually then basically means that the combination of those two aspects actually leads to your acquired customers. So your retained customers plus your acquired customers equals your number of customers. Now the next variable, which is really important, is to get those customers to actually buy more often. That is to increase the frequency of transaction. And that's really important. So as you can imagine, in a supermarket, most supermarkets are really passionate about getting you to go back to that supermarket again and again. Like I shop at Woolworths and our number of transactions would probably be around 52 weeks a year. So we're actually going back there again and again and again and again. And it's really important if you want to build a business to actually continue to have mechanisms and strategies where you can get your existing customers, your acquired customers, to actually buy more often for you. And there are many techniques of doing that. I don't want to share them here, but I think one of the classic examples that we see is the use of airlines using loyalty points to try to increase the number of transactions by actually making us loyal, so we reach some point status that we feel good about ourselves. Now, the number of customers times the number of transactions times the average dollar sale equals sales. So the next variable is the average dollar sale. And one of the greatest areas of single improvement in any business is your ability and your team's ability to basically, in your own way, to say, do you want fries with that? The ability to actually say, I've got a sale, but how can I cross-sell? How can I upsell? How can I extend the range, extend the services and ask for more? And clearly we know this is a very powerful strategy because as soon as the customer makes the decision to buy from you, their defenses come down and there is an enormous opportunity to ask for more. Ask and you shall receive. Now, here is the point. Now, my number of customers times my number of transactions times my average dollar sale times my conversion rate times my retention rate equals sales. That is the phenomenal sales formula. Now, it even gets better than that because sales less cost of goods equals gross profit. So one of the most important ways to build a business is to actually reduce your cost of goods. Now, cost of goods varies with industry. It usually is, cost of goods are the costs that go into producing that product, okay, or service. So for example, if you're an electrician, it would be the cost of the site workers who go out and actually do the work. It would be the cost of materials that actually get incorporated into that work. That is the cost of goods. And one of the greatest areas of improvement is not only to increase your sales and marketing, but to ferociously look at reducing or improving the efficiency of your people, your systems, to reduce your cost of goods sold. Sales less cost of goods equals gross profit. And gross profit less expenses. Now, these are usually called operating expenses or fixed expenses. And these are usually expenses that have nothing to do with activity. I'll give you a classic example. Rent would be an example of a fixed expense. It doesn't mean, it doesn't really care if you do zero level of sales, you still have to pay rent. Usually they could be administration staff. Even if it's slow, you still have to pay them a wage. Usually it could be things like insurances and telecommunications costs. So those things are called expenses, and the key essence of that is to continue to monitor those expenses and drive them down. Gross profit less expenses equals net profits. And here is the real strategy, guys. If you want to be brilliant at this, there's only really two things that you need to do. You need to measure these variables. All the grey bits that you see, you need to measure, because what you measure, you manage. And the other thing that you have to do is, from a performance perspective, what you inspect, you'll improve. So guys, I just wanted to show you that amazing growth strategy. I know that that will bless you, because really that, in summary, is essentially how every business operates from a commercial, profitable enterprise. And all I want to do is to show you the variables that you've got to play with from a sales and marketing perspective, but also working on the variables of reducing your cost of goods sold and your fixed expenses. So guys, until next time, God bless you. Have the most amazing week.
Beautiful.
All good?
Very good.